Yo, what up guys? Old School Dan here. It's a beautiful freaking day out here in sunny California. I'm out here with my dogs, tanning, making a video for you guys. Gonna provide some damn freaking value, man. I'm ready. I'm gonna make this video straight to the point, no BS, no fluff, as much as I can. So with that being said, let's move on with the video. So, I've been I've seen, I've been studying bodybuilding, old school bodybuilding for, a number of years now, and I've seen a lot of silver era bodybuilders, golden era bodybuilders that have a very similar feature. And I want to show you a few pics. All right, so look at these pictures, and in these pictures, I feel like if you pay close attention to their shoulders, look at the development of that. Do you think they look underdeveloped or overdeveloped, or maybe even just kind of like normal shoulders, or could you even consider that old school proportions? All right, so take that into account. Let's leave that there to the side for a little bit. Now let's talk about if someone has great shoulder genetics. Let's just say whenever they train, their shoulders just seem to dominate, and they develop very quickly. So in that case, that's me. When I do an incline press, a bicep curl, my shoulders tend to come to play in the movement as much as possible. That's why I have to completely 100% try to isolate my those muscle groups as much as I can with different techniques and methods and whatnot. But my shoulders develop very quickly, and the reason, I don't know why that is, it's probably just my genetics. But at one point when I did men's physique, my coach was like, I really want you to work on your shoulders, lats, and chest as much as you can, because I was training for men's physique, and he was like, sorry, a beat just passed by, and he was like, I really want you to bring up those areas, because that's what the judges want to see. They want that look. So I did, and I ended up I really developed my shoulders a freaking heck ton. Like, they were striated, they were round, they were 3D rear delts and everything like that, right? And when I finished that competition and I started training, and doing full body and whatnot, I noticed that my shoulders were becoming even more developed. Like, they were passing up my back, they were passing up my biceps and triceps, and I was like, wow, they are just dominating. It was just like a boulder shoulder, right? Like, it looks good on guys like Don Hallworth, but I don't think it does on me. So I stopped training shoulders, but for specific reasons. Not only because my shoulders developed very quickly, but also because a lot of the old school bodybuilders, like maybe George Eiferman, Steve Reeves, and a number of other few, they have this specific look where it's like the biceps and triceps are a little bit bigger than the shoulders, or you could even consider that the shoulders seem a little bit underdeveloped. Maybe take a look at this picture of Arnold right here. Look at this side chest, and look how his biceps and triceps and chest are freaking massive, but his shoulders seem to be a bit underdeveloped. Now, a lot of people may be like, wow, that guy needs some work. He really needs to work on his shoulders. He's got to bring up those shoulders. But really, in terms of old school proportions, those guys have no idea what they're talking about. They see, wow, that shoulder needs development. No, it actually doesn't. It contributes to the old school look that these guys all freaking had. Steve Reeves had it. George Eiferman had it. Arnold had it. A lot of these guys had that type of look. Frank Zane had it. A lot of these guys just had this type of look because that was just like the look. That was a look. And a lot of people may not agree with it, but it's like, hey man, you're just not into old school bodybuilding. You just don't know what it's supposed to look like. That's what it's supposed to look like. That's why I stopped training my shoulders. And every time, there's this really good pose that I like hitting a lot. It's like the 3/4 back shot, the one like Arnold and everybody likes to see. But here was the problem with me hitting it a few months, like years ago. I didn't focus a lot onto isolating my biceps and triceps. I still worked out my shoulders pretty decently, not too much volume, pretty decent amount, but I wasn't, getting that full isolation in my biceps and triceps. So when I did this pose, you see how the shoulders still are 3D compared to the biceps and triceps. They still don't add up. You can still see there's so much more development in the shoulders they compare to the biceps and triceps. So then it makes this pose look weird, and I see this on a lot of people. A lot of people like doing this pose. They like doing, a bunch of, poses like with the back shots and stuff like that. But the problem I always see with that is that their biceps and triceps are always underdeveloped, always, 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 and their shoulders are just like max developed, like crazy developed, like good development. And I'm like, I feel like if you really just, isolated your biceps and triceps and maybe backed off the shoulder training a little bit, you could, really bring up that look, really enhance that look. And a lot of people, it's because they just want big shoulders. They just want that big, round, 3D, good rear delts, good side delts, good front delts, that nice, round, 3D coconut look. But then they forget. Here's the thing with Frank Zane, he's like, bodybuilding, you have to be a good observer. And a lot of people, they just want the round shoulders, but they're not observing. You know what I mean? You're not observing and, catering yourself to a specific look. You just think that, oh wow, I just want bigger delts because it looks good. But is it proportional? Does it? See, everybody's goals are different. But in my terms, if you're looking at this channel, I'm pretty sure you want those old school proportions. So that's right. So that's why I backed off the shoulder training, because a lot of movements that I do already, incline press, incline curl, barbell curl, hammer curl, a lot of just the exercises, like literally just almost every exercise, bend over row, my shoulders take the heat, and they seem to take over and dominate a lot of movements. But as soon as I literally backed off the shoulder training, like I literally do no shoulder training at all, no presses, no behind the neck presses, no rear delt flies, no front raises or anything like that, none, zero. And I only do isolated biceps and triceps movements as much as I freaking can. Like when I do bicep curls, I make sure I'm against a pad so my elbows don't move. So that, because if you do bring it up too much, front deltoid. Same thing with a lot of other exercises too. You start to include a lot of the shoulders. So that's why I had to completely back off. And even then, my shoulders are still dominating. It's difficult. It's a difficult transition from underdeveloped biceps and triceps to developed, very well developed biceps and triceps with still okay shoulders. But my shoulders still dominate. So that is exactly why I stopped training shoulders. Not only because I want that specific old school bodybuilding look like Arnold and Steve Reeves and George Iferman, but it's also because it's a matter of proportions that I want to have, and that in specific poses it makes more sense to have those underdeveloped shoulders, because or not even train my shoulders at all is what I mean, because it'll enhance the look. It'll make everything look a lot more proportional. Everything will flow a lot better. The symmetry, the proportions look so much better. I think I already said that. But yeah, that is exactly why I stopped training shoulders. Now, a lot of people may disagree with this and be like, hey, if you want a stronger bench press, your shoulders have to be strong. Okay, but, if your goal is strength, then that's fine. You can do that. My goal is in strength. I'm not a powerlifter. I'm not a strongman. I'm not even competing to, I really don't even care about being that strong. A lot of people maybe even insult me, be like, wow, you look strong, but you're not strong. That doesn't matter to me. I don't care. Your opinion doesn't really mean much to me. It doesn't pay the bills. But that's my philosophy. That's some of my old school bodybuilding philosophy. Now, when I asked Frank Zane about it, I was like, Frank Zane, I met him in person at the Anaheim Physique Convention Center, and I asked him, hey, how did you get that look where it's like the biceps and triceps were bigger than the shoulders? And he said, he's like, I don't know. He's like, this thing wasn't even a conscious thing that he did. It is something that I've observed, and I just thought he consciously was doing it. But it's something I guess maybe none of them even did. It's crazy. But yeah, another thing people might bring up, it's like, what about your shoulder health? All this stuff. I mean, like I said, a lot of the exercises you're going to be doing already doing, bend over row, incline press, bench press, curl, deadlifts. A lot of those movements already hit delts. But I mean, we'll have to see in about maybe 5 years if I even consider, training delts and how my shoulder health and all that stuff ends up holding up. I mean, who knows? Who knows what I'll suffer, if I'll even suffer anything, because I'll train them every once in a while, just to I like to get that 3D pumped up look with my shoulders and whatnot, because I think it looks nice in the mirror and makes me feel better about myself sometimes. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the whole gist of it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Silver Era Secrets, my ebook is on sale. I'm actually going to be coming out with a new old school bodybuilding course and how to completely build your own silver era physique with videos, ebooks, all that stuff. It's going to be an amazing freaking course that can transform your physique and give you those old school bodybuilding ratios, because a lot of people don't have those ratios. Like, some people may even look bigger. Like, people, they see me, they're like, dude, you look bigger, but you know, why do you look like that? You know, you don't look. It's because I had this illusion. It's the old school bodybuilding illusion. That's exactly what I'm going to teach you in that course. Super excited to share that with you. It's going to be called, I think, Silver Era Master. Still coming up with a name. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more videos like this. Give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. I'm Old School Dan. I'm gone. Peace.